It has been 48 years since the legendary King of Rock, Elvis Presley, left us. Yet the enigma surrounding his life still captivates fans across the globe. And now, a previously off-limits section of Graceland, the mysterious upstairs, has finally been opened to the public. Let's take a closer look at this intriguing space, which could reveal untold memories and personal treasures tied to the icon himself, Elvis Presley. If you're an Elvis fan, drop a 1 in the comments. If not, leave a 0 to share your thoughts. And make sure to like and subscribe to support us, and stay tuned for more exciting videos uncovering hidden secrets in the world of music and culture. Enjoy the video, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to support our channel. However, there's still a part of Graceland that remains a mystery. An area upstairs has been sealed off for decades. This space has never been seen by the public and remains shrouded in secrecy and intrigue. In this video, we'll uncover the mystery behind those locked doors. Why has this area been kept off limits for so long? What makes it so sacred and untouchable? Stay tuned as we dive into the captivating mystery that continues to fascinate fans and curious minds alike. Located in the heart of Memphis, Tennessee, Graceland is more than just a house. It's a memorial. As you approach, its grand entrance gates welcome you into the world of Elvis Presley, a world that continues to draw millions of visitors each year. The mansion, surrounded by lush gardens and expansive grounds, offers a glimpse into the life of a rock and roll legend. The striking white columns and majestic presence of the mansion immediately capture your attention, making you feel as though you're stepping into something extraordinary. Graceland is not just a home. It's a shrine to Elvis's legacy, carefully preserved and showcased for fans from all around the world. Inside, every room tells a story, rich with history and personality. The famous Jungle Room is one of the most memorable spaces, with its green shag carpet, Polynesian-style decor, and vibrant atmosphere that reflects Elvis's unique style. It feels like a room frozen in time, a monument to Elvis's larger-than-life personality. In stark contrast, the quiet meditation garden behind the house offers a peaceful space that reflects a more contemplative side of Elvis. It is here, in this tranquil space, that Elvis was laid to rest alongside his family members. The garden feels like a quiet pause amid the whirlwind of energy that is Graceland. As you tour the mansion, you're guided through rooms filled with gold records, each one marking a milestone in Elvis's extraordinary career. These records are more than just plaques on the wall. They are symbols of a musical revolution. Each one marks a moment when Elvis changed the course of music history. His private jets, which once carried him across the country, are also part of the experience. Each aircraft offers a glimpse into his life on the road. But while the public areas of Graceland are vibrant and rich with history, there is one part that time and curious eyes have never touched: the upstairs. While the rooms downstairs are filled with life, stories, and memorabilia, the second floor remains a quiet, untouched space. It stands in stark contrast, a part of the house set apart from the rest. The vibrant decor of the Jungle Room, the sacred stillness of the meditation garden, and the golden records all shine in their own unique way. However, the upstairs holds something different, an untold story hidden from view. Its silence echoes more powerfully than any other room. The upper floor of Graceland, where Elvis truly found peace, remains off-limits. It was the one place he could escape the chaos of fame, a private space, far from the flash of cameras and the constant attention of fans. While visitors admire the splendor downstairs, the rooms upstairs hold a deeper mystery. The contrast between the vibrant life celebrated in the public areas and a world that has never been touched, hidden above. That difference is striking. A house that tells a story of fame, yet one chapter remains forever locked away from the world. On August 16, 1977, the world lost one of its greatest legends. Elvis Presley, only 42 years old, was found unconscious on the bathroom floor of Graceland. An abrupt end to the life of the king of rock and roll. The circumstances surrounding his death, officially attributed to a heart attack, raised many questions. Fans, the media, and the public were shocked, eager to uncover the truth behind the man who had changed the course of music history. Elvis's final moments were shrouded in mystery, fueling speculation about the toll fame had taken on him, his emotional struggles, and his prescription drug dependence. As the world tried to understand why the king fell so suddenly, the Presley family made a bold decision, a decision that would only deepen the mystery surrounding Elvis's legacy. After his death, the sacred space upstairs, which had served as Elvis's refuge from the pressures of fame, was locked. Since then, the second floor of Graceland has remained sealed, the doors never to be opened to the public. Unlike the other areas of the mansion, where visitors can freely walk around and view the exhibits, this space is completely off-limits. No one, not even the most famous guests, is allowed inside. The upstairs is not just a room or a series of spaces. It is a profound part of Elvis's life, a place where he could escape the chaos and simply be himself. It was his private world, untouched by the constant demands of fame. Why was the upstairs locked immediately after Elvis's death? The answer lies in the desire to protect something deeply personal, something that, for the Presley family, was sacred. The upstairs was not just a collection of rooms. It was where Elvis lived privately, away from the eyes of the public. It was where he found peace, comfort, and serenity. In many ways, it was his true home, the only space in Graceland where he could shed the weight of fame and live authentically. The Presley family knew that keeping the upstairs sealed off wasn't just about protecting material possessions. They were safeguarding the sanctity of Elvis's private life. The rooms upstairs have been kept exactly as they were the day Elvis passed away. His belongings remain untouched. His clothes still hang in the closet, his records are by the bed, and his favorite chair sits facing the TV. It feels as though time has stopped in that space, as if the upstairs was frozen at the moment Elvis's life ended. This is not an ordinary preservation. It is an act of reverence. The family chose to leave this part of Graceland intact, not to satisfy public curiosity, but to honor Elvis's memory and respect his privacy. The upstairs was where Elvis could retreat, where he could shut the door to the world and find peace. It was not just a place to sleep or relax. It was his sanctuary. Away from the bright lights and the constant noise of fame, the upstairs provided Elvis with the tranquility he needed. It was in this space that Elvis could escape the expectations placed upon him and rediscover the man behind the superstar. The rooms were not just functional. They were a reflection of his personality and desires. The bookshelves, filled with spiritual and philosophical texts, reveal his quest for meaning and understanding. The carefully chosen furniture and decor express his love for comfort and peace. And the view from the window overlooking the grounds of Graceland offered him a sense of calm, a moment of rest from the world below. When Elvis passed away, the upstairs was not just where he had lived. It became a symbol of everything he sought to protect: his privacy, his peace, and his truth. By sealing off this space, the Presley family ensured that the upstairs would remain a tribute to the man who created it. No one would enter that space without permission, preserving it so the world could not take away the last part of Elvis Presley that was truly his. Ultimately, the upstairs of Graceland is not just a physical space. It is a profound testament to the complexity of a man who was both a global superstar and an incredibly private individual. On the morning of August 16, 1977, the world was forever changed. Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll, was found unconscious on the bathroom floor of Graceland, his beloved home. Only 42 years old, his death sent shockwaves through millions of fans, the music industry, and the entire world. The official cause of death was said to be a heart attack, but unanswered questions quickly emerged. How could such a vibrant figure who had changed the world pass away so suddenly? What led to his unexpected death? The media, eager to find answers, flooded the news with speculation, rumors, and wild theories, trying to piece together the final moments of the man who had revolutionized music. Amid this chaos, the Presley family faced their own pain and despair over the loss. But they also made a decision that would speak volumes about their respect for Elvis and his legacy. Rather than turning the upstairs of Graceland, where Elvis spent his final moments, into a tourist attraction or part of a public display, they chose to preserve it exactly as it was, untouched and sealed off. The upstairs, where Elvis retreated for private moments, was made off limits. It was a decision that many found odd in a world obsessed with fame, publicity, and the constant demand for more. While the rest of Graceland would be open to the world, this private space remained sacred, locked away to honor the man who had called it home. The Presley family's decision to keep the upstairs private came from a deep sense of respect. To them, it wasn't just a room or a floor in the house. It was the heart of Elvis's private life, a place that had been his refuge from the prying eyes of the public. By sealing it off, they not only protected his memory, but also shielded his soul from the commercialization that had followed him throughout his life. They understood that Elvis had lived much of his life under a microscope, in a world where every detail was scrutinized and every moment turned into entertainment. The last thing they wanted was to turn his final private sanctuary into an exhibit in the endless parade of his public persona. Graceland had already been a treasure trove of Elvis's achievements and memorabilia. Visitors can walk through many rooms in the mansion, admire his gold records, sit in his famous jungle room, and even board his private jet. The public is welcome to explore these parts of Elvis's life, but the upstairs remains off-limits, a space set apart from the noise. This is where Elvis lived as a human, not as an artist. The Presley family saw this as a way to protect the dignity of the man behind the legend, to shield the most private parts of his life from becoming just another page in the story of Elvis Presley. It was an act of love and remembrance, a gesture that honored both the man and his music. In contrast, the world outside of Graceland was eager to turn every moment of Elvis's life into a form of entertainment. Fans and the media were drawn by the desire to know more, to piece together the final details of Elvis's story. The public wanted to know every detail, every possible answer, and many quickly turned his death into a tabloid frenzy. However, the Presley family, faced with this pressure, chose to stand firm in their resolve. They understood that some things simply had to be preserved as sacred. The upstairs of Elvis's home was a part of his private world, a sanctuary that provided him with peace in a life full of chaos. By locking it away, they ensured that this final space, this last refuge, would not be invaded. It would remain untouched by the endless thirst for details of a celebrity's life. This decision stands in stark contrast to the public's endless pursuit of transparency. In a world where every moment of a celebrity's life is analyzed, filmed, and sold for profit, the Presley family's choice to keep the upstairs locked away serves as a rare reminder of the power of privacy. It is an act that highlights the importance of maintaining boundaries in an increasingly invasive world, where every personal detail is commodified. The family's decision not only protects Elvis's final sanctuary, but also reminds us that there are parts of a person's life that are simply too important to be consumed by the public eye. The staircase to the second floor of Graceland is a symbol of one of the most guarded boundaries in the history of fame. It is not just a staircase leading to another part of the house. It is both a physical and emotional barrier, a dividing line that no one is allowed to cross, not even the most distinguished guests. The clearest example of this rule was former President Bill Clinton's visit to Graceland in 1989. Clinton, a devoted Elvis fan, was warmly welcomed by the Presley family to the mansion. But even he, one of the most powerful people in the world, was politely denied at the staircase. Despite being the president, Clinton was unable to access the upstairs, and the door to Elvis's private world remained firmly shut. For many, this act of exclusion may seem strange, even unreasonable. How could a famous figure like Elvis have a part of his life that even a sitting president couldn't see? But this was precisely the essence of Elvis's philosophy when it came to his personal space. There was a part of his world that belonged solely to him, a space where no fame, power, or status could intrude. The concept of privacy in the world of celebrities is rare, especially in a culture where fame is often tied to exposure. Nowadays, celebrities are often expected to share every aspect of their lives with the public, from social media posts to reality TV shows. But Elvis was different. He understood the value of privacy, and more importantly, he knew that there were aspects of his life that had to remain concealed. The upstairs of Graceland was his most sacred space, and he chose to keep it private even from those closest to him. In a life filled with public appearances, constant media attention, and the ever-present spotlight, the upstairs was the only place where Elvis could truly be himself, away from cameras and the noise. It was his final sanctuary, and he took great care in preserving it. The level of protection over the upstairs was akin to that of a museum vault, where precious artifacts are kept out of reach, maintained in their original state. This wasn't about hiding something shameful or secret. It was about protecting a part of Elvis's life that was too valuable to be exposed. The family didn't want to exploit this space for commercial gain or curiosity. They wanted to keep it intact, untouched, and preserved as a tribute to Elvis, not for entertainment or profit. The rooms upstairs, never altered since his passing, are almost like a time capsule, frozen at the moment Elvis left. Nothing has been moved. Nothing has been rearranged. It feels as though that space still holds the final traces of the man who lived there. This extraordinary level of privacy, the decision to keep this part of Graceland off limits, is a testament to Elvis's desire to control his personal space. It reflects his belief that there are things too sacred to be made public, too personal to share with the world. In an era where every detail of a celebrity's life is consumed by the public, Elvis's firm decision to keep the upstairs as his private space set him apart from others, as someone who valued uniqueness and tranquility above all else. One of the most famous figures to experience this special access was actor Nicolas Cage, a longtime Elvis fan who, at the height of his career, married Lisa Marie Presley. Cage was given a rare glimpse into the upstairs and described the experience as surreal, haunting, and deeply emotional. However, despite his close connection to the Presley family, Cage has remained silent about what he saw behind those closed doors. There is a strange and eerie story involving Chewy Thompson, a social media influencer with no official connection to the Presley family or the Graceland estate. Thompson's story is completely different from others because it involves an unexpected invitation to the upstairs during a routine tour of Graceland. According to Thompson, while on the tour, he was approached by a man in a staff uniform who escorted him away from the group, through the mansion, and up the staircase that had been sealed off for decades. Thompson, accompanied by 2 guards, was taken upstairs to the rooms that the public had never been allowed to see. However, what he encountered in those rooms remains a mystery, as Thompson refuses to speak about it. Not a single word, not on social media, not in interviews, and even when pressed for details, he does not reveal anything. His silence only deepens the mystery, and speculation about what he saw spread like wildfire. Was Thompson's experience a mistake, an accidental slip-up by staff, or was he chosen for some deeper, more mysterious reason? What is it about the upstairs that fascinates some individuals, like Thompson and Cage, to the point where they are granted access while the rest of the world remains locked out? The secrecy surrounding their experiences, especially Thompson's decision to remain silent, raises a host of uncomfortable questions. One thing is being invited into a private space, but another is being asked to keep it a secret. What is inside that compels someone to remain silent, even when faced with the intense curiosity of the public? And why has no one ever publicly described what lies behind that sealed door? In addition to these strange encounters, there have also been persistent rumors that further fuel speculation. Over the years, whispers about Elvis's private life, particularly the possibility of secret children, have circulated. Several women have come forward claiming to have had secret relationships with Elvis, and in some cases, even suggesting they were his children. Some of these claims have been completely dismissed, while others have faded away without any explanation, leaving a void for more questions to arise. The most shocking rumors suggest that there may be undiscovered family members still hidden from the public eye for reasons that no one can fully understand. Is there a deeper connection between these rumors and the secrecy surrounding the upstairs rooms? Could the Presley family be concealing certain truths? Truths that could shake the image of Elvis as we know it? These rumors and strange stories about those who have entered the upstairs of Graceland only add to the mystery. Is there a hidden history in those rooms that the public is not allowed to know? Could Elvis have wanted to keep something so private even from his family, close friends, and the world? The answers seem to lie somewhere between speculation and secrecy. As the stories of Nicolas Cage, Chewie Thompson, and the persistent rumors continue to spread, the upstairs of Graceland remains a sealed vault. What lies within is known only to a select few, and those who have caught even a glimpse of its mysteries hesitate to reveal the truth. Perhaps, like many aspects of Elvis's life, some mysteries simply must remain unsolved. As the mystery of Graceland's upstairs continues to captivate the imagination of fans and historians alike, an increasing number of theories have emerged about what could lie behind that sealed door. For decades, speculation has swirled around the rooms that remain locked away from the public, each theory more intriguing and bizarre than the last. Some people believe that the upper floor contains more than just Elvis's personal belongings and memorabilia. Could it be hiding deeper, more troubling truths about his life, his death, or even parts of his family history that have been kept in the shadows? These theories range from plausible to bizarre, but they all share a common thread: a deep curiosity about the unknown. One of the most intriguing theories suggests that the upper floor may hold clues to the mystery surrounding Elvis's death. While the official cause was reported as a heart attack, many still question if something else happened. Theories about Elvis's health, his dependency on prescription drugs, and the pressures of fame have fueled suspicions for years. Could the upstairs contain evidence, medical records, personal journals, or items related to that fateful day? Things that could shed light on what truly happened during his final hours? Perhaps it holds artifacts that reflect the physical and emotional pain Elvis endured in his final years. It's these possibilities that have led some to believe that the upstairs is not just a frozen-in-time space, but a storage vault holding the untold final chapter of the King of Rock's story. Another theory suggests that the upstairs could be hiding aspects of Elvis's family history that have yet to be revealed. There have been persistent rumors about Elvis having children out of wedlock, buried family secrets, and relationships that were never publicly disclosed. Could there be documents or images stored upstairs that reveal a part of Elvis's personal life the public has never known? If so, those rooms might hold the key to some of the most enduring mysteries surrounding his relationships, heritage, or individuals connected to him in ways never previously disclosed. The idea that Elvis's family history could be more complicated than we know only deepens the mystery surrounding the upstairs. But the story doesn't end with just speculation about what might be hidden behind that sealed door. Over the years, there have been numerous reports from visitors and staff at Graceland about strange and unexplained phenomena emanating from the upstairs. Some claim to have heard footsteps, faint voices, and even laughter, sounds that seem to come from the second floor, even when no one was allowed there. These eerie sounds, described as unsettling and otherworldly, only fuel wilder speculations. Could these be the traces of Elvis's spirit, lingering in the space where he spent so much of his life? Or are these more specific signs, evidence suggesting that the upstairs holds more than just physical possessions? The regular occurrence of these strange sounds has led many to believe that the upstairs may somehow be alive, holding a mysterious energy of some kind. Whether that energy is connected to Elvis or something else remains unclear. These unexplained sounds only add fuel to the growing speculation about what is hidden behind the locked doors of Graceland. Could it be that the upstairs holds secrets far beyond imagination? Secrets about Elvis's personal life, the suddenness of his death, or even things about the Presley family that no one has dared to face? Stories of these eerie sounds have sparked a wave of theories, each more bizarre than the last, continuing to fuel the imaginations of millions of fans who long for answers. As we explore these theories, it's important to remember that the upstairs of Graceland remains one of the most tightly guarded secrets in the world of rock and roll. No one has ever been able to cross that final frontier, and clearly the Presley family remains determined to keep everything that way. The upstairs is not just a part of Graceland, it is a symbol of the untold aspects of Elvis's life and legacy. Whether it holds the answers to the long-standing questions about his death, family, or personal struggles, the truth remains locked away, perhaps forever. But as long as those doors remain sealed, the theories will continue to flourish, and the allure of the upstairs at Graceland will never fade. The upstairs of Graceland is not just a series of rooms. It is Elvis Presley's private sanctuary, a holy space where he could escape the immense pressures of fame. In a life constantly exposed under the spotlight, where every action was monitored and every personal detail was exploited, the upstairs offered Elvis a rare sense of privacy. That space was where he could truly be himself, away from the cameras and the noise of the celebrity world. It was the only place in Graceland that truly belonged to him, a private world where he could find peace amidst the chaos surrounding him. The upstairs was where Elvis could shed the persona of the King of Rock and Roll and simply be Elvis, unseen, unjudged, and most importantly, free. The room was carefully designed to provide comfort and privacy, with his bed, custom-made to his specifications, placed to maximize relaxation. Elvis was known for his late nights, often reading books or reflecting until the early hours of the morning. The bed, surrounded by bookshelves, became his sanctuary, a place for him to immerse himself in his thoughts. Among those books were works of philosophy, religion, and the mysteries of life, subjects that Elvis was particularly drawn to in his later years. His love for spirituality was well documented, and the books in his room reflected his quest for deeper meaning in life. These weren't just casual reads. They were a reflection of his desire to understand and connect with something greater than himself. The room also contained personal items that revealed more of the true person behind the spotlight. Carefully chosen favorite records were within easy reach. The atmosphere in the room was one of deep tranquility, completely opposite to the vibrant and grand persona Elvis portrayed to the public. In this private sanctuary, Elvis had the space to simply be himself. The decor reflected his unique taste, blending comfort and elegance in a way only he could. The atmosphere was one of peace, contrasting sharply with the bustling spaces downstairs, where his achievements and public image were on display. The upstairs was the only part of Elvis's world untouched by outside demands. Visitors, fans, and even close friends were not allowed into this area, a rule that ensured this space was never invaded by the public eye. This was the space Elvis fiercely protected, the only part of his life that he could fully claim as his own. In a world that was constantly watching him, this was the only place he could retreat from all the noise. A rare refuge that offered solitude and peace. Yet, it's impossible to deny that the upstairs, while a sanctuary, also carries a bitter undertone. It was where Elvis's life came to an end. The room that once provided comfort and escape for him became the place where his tragic final moments unfolded. Elvis was found unconscious on the bathroom floor, only a few steps away from his bed. By opening the secret upstairs of Graceland, we not only get a glimpse of important historical artifacts, but also an opportunity to explore aspects of Elvis Presley's life and career that have never been seen before. Every corner of Graceland holds stories and memories that make this legend immortal in the hearts of his fans. Thank you for joining us on this journey of discovery. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and share this video with fellow Elvis lovers. Stay tuned for more exciting videos and remember to hit subscribe to stay updated on the most fascinating content. Have a wonderful day.